Look at this. There's 1,778 members in my trading group. I want to give a few shout outs to my trading group. CBC, thank you so much. I'm up $13,000 this week. Your group's amazing. I made $47,000 in April because of your setups. This person's up 2,400, 1,500, 647%. This person doubled my money after a phone call that we had just yesterday. This person said, I woke up and I had 73% gains in data. Thank you. I woke up with 58% gains while I was sleeping. Another $1,000. That's $4,000 in 7 days. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody's calling out breakouts, posting charts, working together to trade this market. I've got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading at all, nothing, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. Number one reason why people join my trading group is I post profitable trading setups every single day, and we've been killing it. If you guys want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. You pay for 6 months in crypto, you get a 20% discount. You pay for the year in crypto, you get an additional month for free and a 30% discount. If you do want to pay with a card month to month on a monthly basis, you can do so. There's a Patreon link that's in the description. This is Tezos up 72%. You can see here's the setup posted. Here's 52% out of link. Again, bought the breakout down here. Here's the setup. Here's Ethereum, 57% gains out of Ethereum. Here's the setup. Bitcoin Cash broke out 60% gains over time. This is the biggest financial opportunity of our lifetime, period. I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto daily. I want to thank everybody for smashing that like button, trying to get a like spike going, 1,000 likes a video. That's the goal. Smash that like button for me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I want to make sure to keep you guys up to date daily on everything that's important. It's going to keep you very successful in the cryptocurrency space. Jumping right into the market today in crypto. Sideways. Overall market cap of cryptocurrency, $270 billion. Bitcoin at 9,900. This is the weekly chart. We've talked about this previously. The big test for Bitcoin is essentially in this area, make or break time, right? You've got 10,500 price has been rejected on 2 occasions. Like the game changes when the price breaks and holds 10,500. Okay, 10,000 would be the first overhead resistance, which is psychological resistance as well. I think it's 10,177 is about where the actual resistance is at. But again, this triangle, as soon as we break out to the upside, bull run ready, period. You've got increasing momentum on the histogram. You've got a falling wedge that, you know, it's make or break time. If it's kind of peeking its head above the upper trend line of this falling wedge down here. So again, this could be the breakout. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is going to be the epic run up? I mean, potentially some people are talking about, you know, this is a double bottom. You know, there's a clear bear trap right here, but you got this double bottom type situation. I just take it level by level. You know, you want to scale out. You want to lock in some profits on the way up. Again, game changes when we break and hold 10,500. Let's zoom in. This is an idea that I want you to understand, the 4-hour chart. Bitcoin is showing some bearish divergence here. So what does that mean? You've got, see how this is upsloping, high and then higher high? And I get people that reach out and they just don't grasp a lot of these ideas, and that's okay. You will, though. Just think that bearish divergence occurs in an uptrend, and it signals that there's a potential for a trend reversal, okay? And what it means is this is upsloping, this is downsloping, 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 so they don't match, and that's called divergence. And so this means there's underlying weakness in the price action. Now, in order to confirm this, you need a break or swing to the downside, okay, and a candle close. And that would confirm this bearish divergence, and bots sell on this idea. Obviously, people program the bots, technical analysts trade on these ideas. And your bearish divergence, you'll see a significant move to the downside based on this idea. So that is kind of a gray cloud that's out there. Now, is it going to be confirmed? That's the question. The most important thing about trading this market is you just have to know you use your stop losses, and you potentially, there's risk involved in every single trade, and you just have to move your stop losses up as the price action increases. And so the important thing is take profits on the way up, and you can do this incrementally. Like, you're not always going to catch the bottom or the top of this price action. The money is made in the middle. Like, wait for a good reversal, right? Wait for a good reversal. Take profits on this idea. Everybody wants to know, should I sell right now? Use a stop loss. Let the price action help you make that decision. But right now, you still have a strong uptrend. And again, it's just important to understand, hey, what's possible. I mean, we've got this halving event. There's a lot of upside potential, but it's make or break right up here in this area, 10,000, 10,500, okay? So just to understand the hourly chart, and we talked about this. So you've got a flag or a pennant forming consolidation. Bitcoin's basically cooling off after this move to the upside. Psychological resistance, 9,800 support. And again, 9,400-ish, where there's quite a bit of support. And again, this needs to hold if you do get a retrace. But it's hard to bet against Bitcoin right now, but some type of pullback and a bounce would be completely normal as far as how this price action works. This is the 30-minute chart. And what I want to point out to you here is Bitcoin is flagging essentially, right? And so you've got, as soon as people start to see Bitcoin in a situation where it's starting to consolidate, your altcoins light up and they just bounce back real quick. Your alt BTC pairs, right? And so at that point it's go time. And it's go time because you go to Binance and you check and you see, you want to get normally 3 double-digit green coins. Not a very good day to trade. If you get 6 double-digit green coins, it's a pretty solid day. Here, you've got a list, and quite a few are 20s and 30s. This is a very strong day to trade these altcoin, alt BTC pairs. Okay, and we talked about quite a few of these, ZRX, TNT, and I'm going to cover basic attention token, what they have going on in just a sec. Make sure and watch the end of the video. Watch this to the end of the video because I've got a lot of important information that I want to go over. So again, you have to adjust your strategy to trade what this market's going to give you, right? You throw a bunch of money at this market when it's not when there's no volatility in the market, like it's hard to make profits, right? You want to trade big, larger position sizes on the days where the crypto market is moving. Again, Bitcoin makes a big move to the upside. These alt BTC pairs get wrecked quick. So you stop losses, limit your risk. That's all important part of this. But yeah, I just think it's important to understand, like, at what point do you start, you have to know, like, hey, I'm going to trade alt BTC pairs, alt USDT pairs, what's going to perform better. A lot of times your USDT pairs are going to follow Bitcoin. They've been lagging a little bit because Bitcoin dominance is essentially moving higher. 10,000, a breakout above here, right, would be the next step. The target, 10,400, 10,500 is up here. If we see a pullback, you want to watch 9,500, 9,400 for a bounce. Anything below this, you'd have more of a significant retracement. Okay, remember, this is not predicting the future. This is an if-then statement. If this happens, this is my plan. If it doesn't work out, I've got a stop loss in place and wash, rinse, repeat, right? Essentially, you get an impulse wave and a correction, impulse wave and correction. And there's going to be, a correction is it's part of it, right? But you just don't want to be caught if there's a big sell-off based on this. There's a lot of greed starting to come into this market now. And so it's just I want to be the voice of reason. I want to keep you guys grounded. I want to emphasize that, hey, take profits. I want to be the person that you go to that you really can connect with. That's important to me. And just what I've learned and what I've found in this market is a few basics change the game completely. Will not go broke taking profits, they say, right? Lock in some profits. You can do it small percentages at a time. Book your profits, realize your gains, okay? But again, 10,500 breaks, 12,000, 14,000, next stop, right? Life-changing money, the biggest financial revolution of our time. Glad to be here with you guys, sharing this exciting, this is pretty amazing price action we've seen. I love this. Somebody sent me this in an email. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. Man, that's powerful. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. And a lot of people talk about, just in life, think about it. How many people talk about doing something and just don't even do it, right? Actions. We have to put plans into action. We have to get started in order to get ahead, period. Amazing. Remember that the thing about trading this market, this is like a game. right? In essence, like you have to look at it like this is a game. You've got to take everybody else's money before they take yours, because they're trying to take yours as we speak. They're trying to trick you. They're trying to trick us. Anything they could possibly do. So I want to shed some light on this idea. This is my long wick theory. Possibly there's a name to it, but for easy reference, I refer to it as long wick theory. And what I want to point out here is you get these huge moves to the upside and the downside, and then the price action reverses. So look here, you've got this is an older chart, but you've got this huge pump. You get these long wicks on the top and the price action reverses. And then you get this huge wick to the downside and the price action reverses. This is why retail has such a hard time trading this market. Their stops get hit. These are, if you can imagine, the market makers do everything they can to bring, it's their job, they're paid to bring liquidity into the market. You know, a lot of people say, oh, it's the whales. Well, that's part of it. But the market makers do things similar. Like they make sure that these spreads stay tight on these exchanges. And so it's important to understand, and I want you to test this. Now, it's not going to work every time. Let's say it works 70 or 80% of the time, right? You pair it with another idea that works 60 or 70% of the time. They show the same thing. There's percentages and probabilities involved in all this. Just trying to create an edge, right? So we have to at least put the probabilities in your favor when you try to trade this market. But notice again, huge long wick, reversal. Right? Move to the upside, some long wicks. Here's another one. And if you can see, so I went through and I tried not to cherry pick it, but the green circles are valid reversals, right? So you got your long wick, reversal, long wick, reversal, long wick, reversal, long wick, reversal. Okay? So, and the longer the wick, a lot of times the bigger the reversal. But I just wanted you to pay attention. When you start to see, like if you go over to, let's just say this is the 1 minute chart, right? You get these huge swings and bounces that happen real quickly. Well, this ends up as a wick on the higher time frames. Okay, so you know it's just important to kind of understand like how all this intertwines and works with each other. But going forward, use everything that I'm teaching you to your advantage, right? Trading this market takes some skill, some ideas. You don't have to be amazing at trading this market to make a ton of money. Right, especially with this bull run that we've got coming ahead. Like most retail investors trade bullish ideas, bullish setups, and they need the price to increase to make a profit. Right, and most retail is not shorting the market with leverage. So that idea is like we're about to enter a period of time, 18 months, 24 months, whatever it is, where if you make a bad trade or a bad buy, at the end of the day, you could potentially wait it out. And the market is trending higher and will be trending higher. And it's very forgiving at that point. Life-changing money is coming. And I just want to make sure that you're prepared. If you just pick up a couple of these ideas and say, hey, this is pretty cool, it works. As soon as you see that this works, game changer, watch. Crypto fear and greed index, people are getting greedy. Greedy. When this gets crazy pegged high, remember, you're looking for a pullback. Now, what's interesting and what kind of builds the validity of this idea is last month, Bitcoin obviously was decimated and people were extremely fearful. If you buy on this fear, you make a ton of money, right? The market does what everybody else thinks it's not going to do. People were fearful and Bitcoin pumped. Counter trade your emotions. Easy tip. Just try it with a small amount. See what happens. Crypto trader who called the epic Bitcoin collapse reveals Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP analysis. Now, he flipped bullish. Amazing what greed will do. Now, this is Peter Brandt. He's extremely bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. Yeah, there's things that are happening right now. Potentially we'll look back on and say, hey, we should have picked up these signals and these ideas because this potentially is the moment. And I really think that 10,500 is a number to watch. Once we break above there's a lot of potential upside. XRP, I posted a short idea on XRP. Like if this support level breaks, there's some downside. And this is XRP BTC. So in comparison to BTC, XRP has been underperforming Bitcoin, no secret. And potentially Bitcoin breaks higher, this will continue to the downside. All right, so people are shorting XRP. Ripple co-founder steadily cashing out his XRP. So this is kind of a cool idea. They went through and really spent a lot of times as far as, this is a group called Flipside. And they found and discovered that there's not much actual use by the ordinary users as far as XRP goes. And I mean, just how XRP is designed, a lot of people, how any crypto is designed, like a lot of people don't even know how to send Bitcoin at this point. I deal with it every day, right? They're like, can you walk me through it? And so, yeah, this is just basically saying that a lot of people, ordinary users, probably, we know XRP Army holds it. So for what it's worth, but they went and they said that most of the flow of XRP is happening exclusively between exchanges and the top holders of the asset, who might be called whales. Most of the rest is flow between the asset's escrow system, the founder's wallet, and exchanges. And so they put together a video where actually you can see this transfer of XRP from exchanges to the foundation to the top movers. So they did a really good job on this. Basically, the report reads that the fact that the users are only trading with exchanges suggests most people using XRP are either market makers or speculators, not actual consumers. Mainstream adoption hasn't happened yet, right? We know that. You just have to be grounded as far as cryptocurrency goes. Like, this is a bunch of open source software that hasn't really been adopted by mainstream yet. Right? This is the infancy. The great thing about this is we're going to be ridiculously rich because of this idea. But so they have this extensive video put together, quite a few videos, where it essentially shows you how the money moves between like other financial services, top movers, exchanges, supply management, the foundation, the escrow, and then the fees. And then down here, you know, they further elaborate on the idea, just talking about how the XRP is released and moved around. And, you know, so some of this is important to understand. And again, this is not necessarily picking on XRP. I'm sure this happens with basically every single crypto, but it's just important to, to see, hey, the idea of mainstream adoption will happen. We're just not quite. I feel like we're in this crypto bubble. We are. A lot of people don't even understand what we're talking about. You go to try to talk to your family, your friends about it, and they just now people have heard of Bitcoin, but a lot of people still aren't really familiar with what it is. And so as this happens, you know, this market will continue to grow. I mean, look what the halving has done to the cryptocurrency space and what it's done to the price of Bitcoin, right? This hype, FOMO rally. Google searches for Bitcoin halving has skyrocketed, unprecedented numbers. And again, this brings more people into the market. Bitcoin and the stock markets remain bullish despite record job losses. Despite more than 20 million jobs being lost last month, stocks and crypto are brushing off the bad news and staying on their bullish course. No, what it is, markets are very good at pricing this in immediately, early. This has already been priced in. That huge sell-off we had in Bitcoin and traditional markets, this immediately priced in by the markets. That's what markets do, right? Immediately. Dow has a theory that discusses this in detail. I won't go into it, but Google Dow and read about how the market accounts for these changes immediately. This is a shout out to the new people. You know, glad to have you watching the channel. There are so many ways people are trying to steal your money. See, this says crime. There's so much crime in the crypto space. Like, this is something that as a whole, we need to work together to make sure and let people know, like, hey, there's a lot of leeches in this market that want to take everybody's money. They're going to, impersonating wallets. I mean, think about it. Like, you don't want to get wallets off Amazon. You don't want to get a hardware wallet off of eBay. You don't want to get, you don't want it, man, I want it from the factory. Key is here, like, you got to be very skeptical about any time you send crypto anywhere. And even if you're putting it on a wallet, you're essentially sending it to an outside entity. Obviously, you hold the private key or the seed phrase, but does anybody else? And so there's precautions that you need to take in order to make sure that you're secure in this space, because once it's out of your hands, it's gone. Brave Browser launches initiatives to aid nonprofits tackling the panic situation crisis, and Basic Attention Token is pumping on this news. And so going forward, it's not going to take very much news. In the future, when more retail comes into this market, like, you'll get like little news pumps. Well, little tidbits of news that pump these coins crazy, right? Like website redesigns. You get Ask Me Anythings. Coins are pumping on Ask Me Anythings. Like, anything these projects breathe, it's going to pump the coins. It gets that easy to trade this market. 66% of Ethereum holders plan to stake at least some of their coins. This is going to be big when Ethereum 2 goes live in the coming months. Staking is another form of income, another form of revenue. A lot of people like it. The retail gravitates to the idea of, just essentially holding their crypto in a situation where they receive staking payouts or rewards. So this helps the blockchain, helps validating the on-chain transaction. So definitely good situation coming for Ethereum. ZRX skyrockets 150% because of weekly stake payouts and a name check by Vitalik. Okay, so news. Do they really know what's going on? All right, you guys get what the news, that's all we know is what the news says. And the projects potentially manipulate that. But the question is do you really think that there is a vote in favor that's going to cut the regularity of staking payouts from 10 to 7 days? Is that it? Is that why ZRX is up 150%? Or is it because we talked about it the other day? In Tika Tawari's Palm Beach Confidential information, he even states, like, if you miss the initial pump, it's okay. These are the coins that he's talking about: CRPT, TNT, ZRX. And so clearly ZRX 2020 phenomenon play number 3, pump hype rally. I mean, like I talked to you guys about, like, this is, everybody's trying to put some TA behind this, and it's being pumped, right, by everybody that buys this newsletter. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.